is Tori with Embrace Your Story. Thank you so much for joining and welcome to my channel. I wanted to share a little bit with you about belief. That's one of the topics that I struggle with, mainly believing in myself. I don't know if that was you, if you've ever had to try to make yourself believe so that you can push yourself and motivate yourself to do things. I was always a person that wanted to be in the background. Today I looked up the definition of belief. So I'm going to look at my phone and share that definition with you. It is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists, trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. And I like the example that they use for the word belief. I've still got belief in myself. How about that? I thought that was very interesting because I wanted to share a little bit about belief, and I'm relating it to believing in myself. And that was the example that they used. So all this time I struggled in my younger years with believing and having the confidence to know that I could do great things. I was a very hard worker. I had at least 2 to 3 jobs all my teenage years. When I was 15, 16, I started working and going to school, and it just continued from there. That was a cycle for me. Just work, keep my head down, try to do a good job and make sure that I had enough money to take care of bills, and that was my life. I never believed for anything greater than going to work and clocking in. I did have hopes and dreams, but when I became an adult and I have a house now and I've got responsibilities, some of those dreams kind of went out the window. I really was not trying to strive for anything greater. I was pretty content. I was happy with working. I just did it. So now I am learning how to embrace my story and change my way of thinking and start believing in myself. And I know that God told me that I am the head and not the tail. He told you the same thing, that you were above and not beneath, that you were a lender and not a borrower. And I know I couldn't do that with just a regular 8 to 5 job. So I had to start shifting my belief. I had to start changing what I was believing in, because you know what? What you believe, that's true. If you believe that you can't, you can't. If you believe that you can, you can. It's really that simple, what you are choosing to believe in, because it is a choice. It is a choice. You can decide if you want to believe in yourself or not. And some great examples I'm thinking about from the Bible, when the woman with the issue of blood, she believed that just by touching the hem of Jesus's garment, that she would be healed. The word doesn't say anything about Jesus believing that he could do it. She had to believe. And if she had not believed, then nothing would have happened. She would have been just like those other people touching him that walked away with no results. Yay, I touched Jesus. Okay. But she had the faith. That's part of the definition of belief. She had the faith to believe that when she did it, something miraculous would happen. So she walked away after 12 years of the same issue gone, just because she believed. What can you do by just changing the way you believe? What can you accomplish in your life by changing the way you think? What you put your faith in? Do you put your faith in the bad, or do you put your faith in the good? Another example is when the centurion came to Jesus and said, hey, one of my employees is not feeling well. I need you to help. And Jesus was getting ready to go. But the centurion said, you know what? You don't even have to go. All you have to do is just say the word, and I know he'll be healed. And the faith that this man had impressed Jesus. Jesus didn't say, I believe I could do it, so I don't have to go. The man said, you don't even have to go, because I believe you can do it right from where you're at. That kind of faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. So we need to remember how much faith means to us, because we're made in his image. And having that faith, having that belief can change your whole situation. I want to encourage you today to begin to believe. Begin to focus on the good things that you can do. Focus on what you have in your arsenal. The woman with the issue of blood, the centurion, several different stories in the Bible about belief. There was a man sitting by the pool of Bethesda for years, and he never believed that he could get to that pool for healing. And guess what? As long as he didn't believe it, he kept staying in the same condition. Don't let that be you. Embrace your story and dare to believe